I just got to play Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I have to say, it is possibly one of the best, if not the best, Star Wars game I have ever played, and even better than Fallen Order. I'm legitimately so excited about this game releasing. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Now, if you guys have any questions about this game, whether it be about customization, unlocks, upgrades, Cal's abilities, whatever it is, I'm going to make a video answering lots of your questions in the next few days, so please leave them in the comments. So I just got flown out to LA by EA for a Jedi Survivor trip. Coming from Australia, for me, LA is a long way to go. So I was like, is this trip really going to be worth it? Oh my God, it was so worth it. There was so much. The Jedi Survivor event itself was awesome, getting to meet other YouTubers and game developers. If you want to see more from the trip itself, go follow me on Instagram at Bombastic. I post a lot more there, stories, stuff like that. This game, I think, is probably going to blow your mind. Like, it's legitimately that. It's the real deal. So I got to play about 3 hours exploring the planet Kobo. The Stinger Mantis has crashed there. You're playing as Cal, you're with BD1, and you're looking for the ship's former pilot Grease to help you repair the ship. And stepping into this world for the first time, having the controller in my hand, playing, you immediately notice the scale is so much bigger than anything we had in Fallen Order. This world is ridiculously oversized and could much more accurately be described as open world. Jedi Fallen Order lent heavily into the Metroidvania style of game, where you'd go exploring down specific paths and then backtrack along that path to make the other parts of the mission. And while Jedi Survivor still has this, it's on another scale. There's so much more to do, and there were so many times I felt completely lost just exploring this world. Even though, sure, I only had 3 hours, you're bound to get lost. But man, there were times where I'd start going down a specific path, and then someone would tap me on the shoulder and be like, nah man, don't go down there. That's going to take over an hour. You should come back this way and try and progress more of the story. So playing as Cal, you eventually make your way to the cantina and meet this guy here, the Gendai Ravis, who's the leader of the Bedlam Raiders, this gang who have occupied Kobo, terrorized the planet, and have also converted what used to be separatist battle droids into their allies. You then end up fighting one of Ravis's henchmen and then make your way into the town cantina. And this cantina serves as a hub location where you can do multiple things, interact with other NPCs, and even be given quests. That's another huge part of this game. You'll be talking to random NPCs throughout the world who'll give you quests or tell you about rumors they've heard in certain locations for you to go and explore later on. There is so much to do off the beaten track in this game. Unlike Jedi Fallen Order, which mostly followed the main story and had you following more of a linear path with limited collectibles available to find throughout the world, this game feels like there is so much more to do outside of the main story, so much more to explore, and so much more that is optional. In previous interviews, the developers have talked about optional puzzles, side quests, things like that. It seems like that makes up a lot of this game. There is a lot to do, and playing only 3 hours of this, I felt like I was only able to scrape the surface. When giving a speech to everyone at the event, Stig Asmussen said if you run into some of the prospectors who tell you about certain prospectors going missing in a cave, you should definitely take that side quest. So I did so, and what did I find? A Rancor! There's a Rancor in a cave here, and not only that, he can eat you in one hit. He'll grab you up and eat Cal. Straight away, it's instant death. And finding this Rancor was entirely optional. You didn't even have to go down this path. So there's going to be a lot of these kinds of moments in this game. So now, let's talk about saber stances. I got to play with 3 in total, the single, the double, and the dual wield. Each one of them feels like a huge extension from what they were in the first game, and also vastly different from one another. This game isn't like Ghost of Tsushima, where different stances are better against certain enemies. This is more just you choose a stance to suit your playstyle, which is why you can only select 2 stances to have equipped at any one time. That said, you'll die and respawn at the last meditation point where you rested, and there you're able to change which stances you have equipped. So let's say you're struggling against a certain enemy with a certain stance, you'll go back to the meditation point, change which stance you have equipped, and then give it another go. Each stance also comes with its own entire skill tree, which you can unlock and progress and level up depending on what you want to do, your playstyle. That said, the skill trees in this game are ridiculous. Like, there's so much to do. There's so many different abilities to unlock. Another ability that's changed is the Force Slow. That used to be on the right bumper or R1 button. Instead, they've now moved that to pressing down both sticks at the same time. And this makes sense when you're playing the game because R1 is now a Force Confusion ability, which is basically like Jedi Mind Trick. You trick enemies into fighting against themselves, which is kind of similar to something we had in the Lego Star Wars game. Now, going back to sabers, I didn't get to play with the crossguard or blaster stances, but I did get to watch gameplay of each of them as part of the presentation at the event, and I have to say they're so different to anything you've played with in Fallen Order. The crossguard stance is super powerful, will deal heavy damage, but incredibly slow. But the blaster stance, this thing is actually insane. Not only can you shoot enemies from afar and then go in and attack them with your lightsaber, but there's also an ability you can unlock where Cal can suspend all of his enemies in the air and then use a Deadeye ability to shoot each and every one of them. It's like something you'd see out of Red Dead Redemption, except with force powers. We need to talk about customization because there is so much of it in this game. Where Fallen Order was limited to only ponchos and BD1 skins, this game has taken the exact opposite approach, giving you almost too much customization. That's what it felt like anyway. Lightsaber customization goes deeper than ever, giving you all saber colors right from the start of the game, apart from red. However, they have added a new white color, with each blade also having a different ignition and hum sound. Even just the way the menus for customization work, watching the smooth animations as different parts of BD1 snap into place. This now feels like the kind of game where you're going to end up spending quite a bit of time in the menus just customizing the way Cal looks. Some of Cal's hair and facial hair is also a bit questionable. I really didn't expect you'd be able to give him a mullet and a handlebar mustache. What is this? It almost looks like a mod, like it shouldn't be actually in the game. You can basically make Cal look however you want. I don't think you can change his hair color still though. You got to appreciate the red hair, man. Now, a lot of these customization options you'll be able to find while exploring the worlds of Survivor, but a lot of them are also available for purchase at Rambler's Reach, a small town on Kobo. There, they're sold by Doma Dendra, this character here, who sells cosmetics you can buy with priorite shards, which you find while exploring the worlds of Survivor. Not only that, you can customize the rooftop of the cantina by finding plants and seeds throughout the world, which allow you to grow your own garden here as an extension of what you could previously do within the Stinger Mantis, growing your little garden on the side of the shelf. You've probably also seen in some of the gameplay, Cal can tame beasts he finds throughout the world. I got to play as two of these, the Neko and the Belter. The Neko is kind of a creature you ride around that can traverse areas Cal can't run up himself, and also allows Cal to jump higher onto taller ledges. The Belter is kind of like a gliding tool. If you find one of these on a cliff edge, you can use them to glide down to an area that's probably harder to get to just on foot. Now, a few other awesome details I noticed in the gameplay. Animations in this game are slicker. Cal has more lightsaber moves, more maneuverability. Climbing is a lot easier and slicker. There are even small animations I noticed that just make the game feel so much smoother. Like after you perform a wall run, Cal would spin out of that run to continue one swift movement. There's also these optional challenges called Force Tears, which based on what I've seen are platforming challenges which will give you in-game rewards, which affect your gameplay. Completely optional. Something else, there's even a DJ in the cantina on Kobo, which you can unlock and request him play certain songs.
Let's see here.
A full menu of different songs you can have playing in the cantina. Now, I was still playing an in-progress build of this game, but overall, based on my experience, this thing is bigger and better than Fallen Order, and I can't wait to actually get my hands on it.
I wonder if I'll get promoted for doing such a good job.
Now, I'm going to be making a lot more videos about Jedi Survivor in the coming weeks leading up to launch. If you want to see more, stick around here and also go follow me on my clips channel. There's going to be a ton of clips going up there all about this game with details you might have missed. Don't forget to follow me on my socials if you want to see more from the event, especially Instagram. And thank you for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.